search, looking for yogurt. I've been about town, granola hound, looking for it, seeking it out. The perfect parfait. With a golden spoon, he's got the touch. What's the show about? I don't know much, but I keep singing the theme song. The perfect parfait. Welcome to the show, it's called The Perfect Parfait.
Hello and welcome to The Perfect Parfait, the only show that answers the question, what's it look like when celebrities eat yogurt? I'm your host, Hunter Koch, coming at you from the Parfait Palace, AKA my videographer Danny's parents' backyard in the scorchingly hot suburb of Encino, California. Today's guest is the wickedly talented Golden Globe, Emmy, and Critics' Choice Award winning actor you know and love from films like I, Tonya, Richard Jewell, Queen Pins. This guy is also a burgeoning star in the world of hip hop and wrestling and is on one of the most insane Hollywood heaters I've ever witnessed. Please welcome a good friend of mine and an even better lover, Paul Walter Hauser. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hey, Hunter.
Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for dressing up today, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Really
Good to see you.
appreciate it.
Good to see you. Right.
That's something. How are you, Paul?
Sorry, I just feel really comfortable around you. I've known you like 15 years or something.
It's true. We have known each other a long time.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well, man, and I'm surrounded by very talented, attractive people.
That's true. My crew is only 8s and up.
I was gonna say like a 6.9. The fact that they're helping you today
Right.
is making you be like, they're 8s, but it's not. You know that's not true in your heart.
I don't want anybody that's sort of above me on that scale of
I get it. I've
attractiveness.
done it too.
Yeah.
All
So-
my people are 5s. I'm a 5.3, so it's like, that's even generous, because that's
But
like,
you're
yeah,
a Michigan
you're
7.
Take it off.
So, Paul, what is your understanding or knowledge of parfaits? Do you fuck with parfaits?
Do I curse with parfaits? I enjoy a good parfait, even to the degree that I'll get one of those basic bitch parfaits at like an airport where you spend like $12 for a little sugar-laden granola and a couple of frozen blueberries, you know?
Yeah, I don't discriminate with parfaits either. It can be from Starbucks, it can be, it could be from world-renowned chef and culinary architect, Chef David Codney. So in my quest for the perfect parfait, I've partnered with Chef David Codney to find the perfect parfait. It's a noble pursuit, according to me. So Chef David, please present today's Parf du jour.
Well, gentlemen, in honor of the red carpet ready, if you will, and the Golden Globes, I figured we'd use a little bit of the theme around this. So I present to you the red carpet, red velvet, chocolate caviar, and sour cream mousse parfait.
We're calling it the award winner to symbolize your status as an award-winning actor. Chef Dave, thank you so much.
I'm gonna get a little bit of everything on one
That's
spoon.
the goal. Let's clink it up.
Clink it and sink it.
Well, nothing goes better with parfaits than engaging questions. So let's get into it, Paul.
Wow.
How was that? How was that first bite for you?
When I think yogurt parfait, I didn't think of chocolate caviar. And the chocolate caviar, the little beaded chocolates, which have kind of almost a crispy rice inside. They're delightful, but very pronounced.
Let's go back a little bit. I remember your first ever film role, if I'm correct, was in the Jennifer Connelly movie, Virginia, or What's Wrong with Virginia, I think it was what it was originally titled.
Yeah.
Is that
very
correct?
Good memory, yeah.
Written and directed by Dustin Lance Black. And I vaguely remember the story is that you were an extra on set and you approached Dustin Lance Black, made a fan, he became a fan of yours in that moment, and then he started writing you scenes in the movie. Can you take us back? And,
That's close. It's
Yeah.
it's a little more that's a little revisionist, unconsciously revisionist. But what happened was I drove 3 hours from Saginaw, Michigan to I think it was called Grand Haven, near Grand Rapids, Michigan. And me and my buddies heard that they were doing this movie, What's Wrong with Virginia. They had Ed Harris, Jennifer Connelly, Ed's wife, Amy Madigan, like all these people I grew up watching. And in Michigan, unlike California, in Michigan, a movie shooting there is like a big deal. Like, oh, wow, we got a movie. Like there were literally people who back in the day would talk about Somewhere in Time, this Jane Seymour, Christopher Reeves movie that's shot in northern Michigan that like
It's my
no
top
one
three.
remembers.
It's in my
but-
top three.
I don't think it's in Jane Seymour's family's top three, but it was a big deal. So we went to be background actors, but we heard there were parts available for locals because apparently Dustin Lance Black was trying to do what Gus Van Sant does, his mentor, which is you kind of cast unknowns or locals. I saw Lance and he had just won the Oscar for Milk, and I walked up to him and I said, "Hey man, loved Milk." Most of the people, by the way, didn't even know who he was. It's Michigan, like they don't know who. They haven't seen Milk. They're watching Too Fast, Too Furious, you know? But I said to him, "Hey, dude, congrats on the Oscar. Loved your speech when you said that thing about, like, to gay youth, God does not hate you." And I was like, that was so moving. I cried. It was awesome. Like, thank you. I just complimented him. It was like a 40-second drive-by compliment moment. And he wrote my name down and he said, "Hey, we might be bringing you back." And I had 2 auditions and I booked number 5 or 6 on the call sheet, I think.
Insane.
And I made like 10 grand and I moved to LA and hit you up because we had been friends on the Facebook at the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
We go way back. I mean,
Can more people do lawn work out here? We're shooting a fucking show! Fucking! What were you saying?
we go way back. I mean, if I remember correctly, we were corresponding on Facebook, and that was a good bite.
I did that the way women eat yogurt, where you go,
Let's not bring gender into this. Can we not? In today's climate, can we not?
today's climate, I don't know if we can talk about parfaits.
You stayed at my parents' house when you first moved here from Saginaw, Michigan. Isn't that right?
I did.
What do you think about mom and dad?
Your dad felt kind of like hippie vibes, and your mom was more like, I run a business. Like,
That's exactly
that
correct.
was the and it's funny because that's very much who you are. You are an equal part combination of relaxation and dogged ambition, and it's like I love that.
I'll take that as a compliment. Dogged ambition.
Takes dogged ambition to make the perfect parfait.
To put together a show this stupid.
What I remember from your house is there was a lot of marijuana.
Right.
There was a Pulp Fiction poster on your wall, and you were so much fun to hang out with. I never wanted to leave. And then I met all the other guys from your gaggle of friends, and it was like, oh man, they're doing everything I want to do. They're partying and they're making like movies and stuff.
That was a good era. We were so young
Good era.
and dumb and full of dogged ambition.
And cum.
Yeah, we also had a lot of cum in us back in those
I
days.
mean, I may as well have been Rod Stewart's stomach at Studio 54. You know what I mean?
So you've worked with a lot of huge directors in your tenure as a
Yeah, like
as an
tall.
actor. A lot of tall guys.
I Spike Lee, Clint Eastwood, Craig Gillespie,
Right.
Doug Liman, and I'm finally starting to work with like comedy guys that I'm obsessed with. Like I just shot with Akiva Schaffer from Lonely Island, and I'm about to go do a movie with Pete Fairley.
Is there one director, dead or alive, who would be sort of like the benchmark for you? Like the bullseye, like gotta work with this guy or gal?
Somebody started a rumor on the internet that I was starring in the last Tarantino film, The Movie Critic.
Oh, I know.
And we talked to WME and got in their ear because they rep Quentin, and they were like, he's not even done writing it. He's like in another country. He's in Amsterdam or Jerusalem or something writing the script. And then he ended up not doing that movie.
Yeah.
And then people are like, so what happened with you and Quentin? And I'm like, literally nothing.
Big
Like,
falling out, yeah.
There was no conversation whatsoever. But I think like Quentin Tarantino, the movie Reservoir Dogs was such a big deal, turning me into a film watcher guy.
Totally.
Versus just like, because when you're young, you're just like, hell yeah, Batman Forever, Aladdin.
Right.
Like it means something to you, but it's also not that serious. And then you kind of need like a Scorsese or a Nancy Meyers or somebody like that helps you grow into films. And Quentin was that guy for me.
Yeah, of course.
Quentin and Rob Reiner. But I think the difference, I love Rob Reiner, but
Rob
the difference
Reiner
is,
had such a hot streak.
he had a crazy run.
It
dude.
was like Stand By Me.
Well, in '84 it was Spinal Tap.
Right.
Then Stand By Me.
Yep.
and Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Harry Met Sally.
Harry Met Sally.
Misery. And then freaking A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men.
It was like
are back to back to back.
like
Castle
6
Rock.
movies in 8 years.
Castle Rock was running the town.
Running the town.
Yeah.
Producing Seinfeld.
And The Simpsons?
Is that true?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
That's so funny. No.
I feel like Castle Rock was involved with The Simpsons.
It sounds right, but I Gracie Films, yeah.
Gracie Films.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that brought me back. That brought me
That
back.
brought me
That
back.
brought me back.
That brought me back.
As long as you don't fillet it, I'm okay.
Just edge it for me. Just a little edge.
Chef David Codney is a notorious edger. So you've accomplished a lot as an actor in the last decade or so, but now you're moving into the world of wrestling. What are the similarities and differences between approaching a part and approaching like a wrestling match? Like, is there anything does the Venn diagram cross over, or are they completely different, separate entities?
I'd say mostly different in that when you're about to wrestle somebody, I watch tape on that person and then I study what moves they do, and I'm like, okay, well, let's do this thing where you get your moves in, I make you look good, then I get some stuff in, you make me look good, and we tell sort of a miniature story within that match, whether it's 5 minutes or 30. And
so insane.
And so it's a little more of like a writer's mindset than an actor's. In film, it's usually best not to watch tape of the people you're working with. Like, there's a story of Ethan Hawke before he did Training Day, watching like all these Denzel things, and he's like, it kind of helped, but it also was like,
yeah, probably got in his head a little bit. I know you have a tattoo.
Yes.
On your arm. Can you show us that? This is a tattoo of
Sure.
what I imagine are your comedy.
These are my childhood comedy heroes. I have to specify childhood because like they change over time, but
Yeah.
these 6 guys are the guys that made me want to do comedy, which were Martin Short, Daniel Stern, Chris Farley, Jim Varney, a.k.a. Ernest, Jim Carrey, and Robin Williams.
Imagine these guys are all alive.
Half
Who's
of them
winning?
are.
Who's winning in a no-holds-barred cage match?
Chris Farley, without a doubt.
Farley's winning out of all those guys? How's it playing out?
Martin Short's gonna climb the cage and try to escape, but he's gonna get afraid of heights midway through being up.
Yep.
Daniel Stern is athletic enough to last in the match, but he's also gonna get scared at some point.
At some point, he's going to put his finger in an electrical socket.
Yep.
Classic. The one moment in Home Alone 2 that completely breaks the reality of the movie is
I think there's more than that breaks the reality of the movie, but in a more pronounced way.
He gets electrocuted and he turns into a skeleton. There's no other moment in the film.
You go, that movie's basically House of Sand and Fog, and then it gets really wacky.
It gets a little wacky. Yeah. So Stern's athletic enough, but he's not winning.
But not going to make it. Robin Williams is too concerned about entertaining the crowd that he's not really truly in the match.
Yep.
Jim Carrey is too concerned with the character, and he's like trying to be all like physical. But Farley is just beating the shit out of people.
Dominating.
Yeah, but what's Farley's signature move? That's the interesting part.
I think he's doing like the Ultimate Warrior splash, where he hits the ropes and then just jumps and lands on the guy belly first, belly to belly. And I think Jim Varney, Ernest,
brings a gun. Paul, you gave an incredible performance as serial killer James Jimmy Keene in Apple TV Plus's Blackbird. You won an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and a Critic's Choice for your performance. When are you going to win a Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award?
I played Larry Hall. Jimmy Keene was played by Taron Egerton.
Who fucking wrote these questions? Who wrote these? Joe? You son of a bitch. Let's take that again.
Next. No, we remember that show Next on MTV, the dating show? Girls went next, and then a new guy goes into the
I'm working
bus.
hard to get the reboot rights. I want to apologize because I thought it was going to be a funny question, but I fucked it up.
It's a hilarious question. Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award is coming when I do a movie with
Kevin Hart,
Dwayne Johnson, and Awkwafina.
Yeah.
I think I have to be in a more mainstream movie to win one of those.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't give Kids' Choice Awards to guys who play racists and Black Klansmen.
And serial killers.
I just want to get slimed. And I'm not talking that orange-green stuff. I'm talking, I want Dan Schneider to tie me to an office wheelie chair and just slime me with his sweat.
Oh, his sweat.
Yeah,
His sweat.
and old school Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah, I want that old school slime.
I remember when he was repped at the same management company as us.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, should I leave?
I was trying to get a writing job on the Super Ninjas animated series. And I asked my manager, I was like, dude, you represent Schneider. Get me a meeting. And he's like, I don't think I want you working with Dan, you know? And I said, I need a job so bad. I'm so poor. And he's like, I just don't.
Ninjas needs me.
As somebody who identifies as a super ninja, it was something that I felt like I could bring a lot of
Someone who
lot of lived experience to it.
No, I get it. I am also a super ninja.
Okay, it's very clear to me that your family is of the utmost importance to you. Your wife, Amy, and your sons, Harris and Jonah Maverick. Could you rank them for me from most important to least important? Go.
Such an absurd question.
Go.
I mean, most important is Amy. She made the kids. And then tie for second, and I'm probably third because at the end of the day, I could just die and they get all that money.
That good money.
I don't matter. No, what an awfully rude question.
I did write that one. Let's do some off the domes. These are questions I want you to answer straight off the dome. You ready?
UCB, don't think.
Don't think. Yes, we love UCB. Ben Schwartz.
A super ninja.
Ben Schwartz has big super ninja energy. Ben Schwartz is super ninja coded.
Yeah, he's got SNE.
As they say. Okay, are you ready
Yes.
for some off the domes?
Yes.
Super salad. I'm just kidding.
Super salad. Oh, I heard super like super ninja.
Super salad or super ninja? No. So let's get some off the domes, and I won't.
Let's do super salad. Sorry.
Let's get into it. We're gonna do some off the domes.
Yeah, restart.
Let's do the medical picking after the interview, if you don't mind.
No, I need to.
If you don't mind,
on camera.
please don't pick scabs on season 1 of the Perfect Parfait. Can you just, I know you're doing me a favor, and I know it's hot as shit out here, but please don't pick an open scab on my show.
No. Open is a redundancy. Please don't pick a scab, because then it's open.
I gotta do my off the domes.
Okay, OTD.
Without the off the domes, this whole thing is shit. Soup or salad?
Soup.
Mr. Bean or Pee Wee Herman?
Pee Wee Herman.
Flying carpet or magic broom?
Carpet.
Where were you on January 6, 2021?
DC.
Proud to be an American. Spike Jonze or Michelle Gondry?
Spike Jonze.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I got the Gap Patrol on the Rap Patrol. Foes that want to make sure my casket's closed.
What's your favorite sound?
My children laughing by far.
What's your least favorite sound?
Trump talking.
Bing, bing, bing.
If your life were a movie, what would the title be?
You don't know anything.
List 3 things you're grateful for.
I'm right now in this moment, I'm very grateful for kind people, which I'm surrounded by, and I can feel that love and that energy. I'm grateful for good inclement weather, because as hot as it is, it's still gorgeous. And I'm grateful for the fact that, like, people are making things that I would watch. Like, this is something if I didn't know you, I would still watch and enjoy it.
So you'll post this?
I won't just post it. I'll collaborate on IG.
That's good stuff. I might cry. If Jesus was at your wedding and you ran out of wine, what would you want him to turn your water into?
I would want him to turn it into, like, the fanciest tasting LaCroix I've ever had in my life. Hell yeah. So it's funny because I'm really not asking much of him. I'll just, like, turn the water into better water.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like water from a
just be a
Berkey
soda.
machine.
Yeah, just be a soda stream.
Yeah.
Jesus, just bring your soda stream, would you?
Give me the night off.
Yeah.
Can you just make this a pamplemousse and be done with it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not telling you to leave. I'm just telling you to enjoy the wedding. We don't need you to be on the clock.
Paul, thank you so much. But before we have you leave here today,
yes,
we need to do something that is very important. Dory, could you please grab me the duffel bag?
Good luck finding Dory.
Thank you. That was fucking great. Good luck finding Dory. Thank you so much, Dory. Much obliged.
Thanks, Dory.
So, Chef Dave, you created a beautiful parfait for us today. But Paul, if today's parfait was the perfect parfait, Chef Dave goes home with...
Holy shit. What?
$98,768. I walked into Merrill Lynch this morning and I emptied my 401k. Now, if Chef Dave's parfait, the award winner, was the perfect parfait, this is going to change his life, or at least move the needle. But if it's not...
Buying an RV.
He's buying an RV.
Let me ask you something before you ask me this final question.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
I have twins.
If today's parfait was the perfect parfait, this money goes to Chef Dave. If it wasn't the perfect parfait, the money goes back in the bag, the nondescript duffel bag. So, Paul Walter Hauser, was the award winner the perfect parfait?
No.
So sorry, Chef Dave.
Tell your twins they're gonna have to be homeschooled.
Plot twist, they already are.
Chef Dave, you motherfucker. You absolute motherfucker. I'm so sorry, Chef Dave. Today's not the day. But it was a pretty solid parfait.
By the way, nothing's more delicious than some wet cake in the hot sun. What the fuck were you thinking, Dave? It was delicious, thank you.
It was delicious. It was tremendous. The gold flakes were tremendous.
Well, let's talk about the chocolate caviar.
Let's talk about it. What do you want to
We don't
say?
have time.
Oh, I didn't think we did
We gotta
either.
wrap up.
We got to wrap this up. Paul Walter Hauser,
That's me.
thank you so much for being here with me today on the Perfect
you, Hunter.
Parfait.
And let's do this right.
Mike here?
Keep filming. Keep filming. Keep going. Keep going.
Thanks for being here.
I can't swim.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and cut it, guys.
Let's go ahead and cut it.
Hey.
That's one and done.
Paul Walter Hauser.